Have you ever felt completely alone, not just ignored, but abandoned by everyone you trusted? The Bible tells the story of a man who knew that feeling better than anyone. A man rejected by his family, betrayed by friends, and left to suffer in silence. This is the story of Job, the loneliest man in the Bible. Job was not a wicked man. He was not careless. He was not rebellious. In fact, the Bible describes him with rare honor. Job chapter 1 verse 1 says, "There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was blameless and upright, one who feared God and turned away from evil." Job was wealthy. He was respected. He was a devoted father, and yet his life was about to collapse without warning. In a single day, Job lost almost everything. His livestock were stolen. His servants were killed, and then his greatest pain, his children died when a house collapsed on them. One messenger after another delivered tragedy upon tragedy, but Job's response shocked heaven. Job chapter 1 verse 21. "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." At this moment, Job was grieving, but he was not alone yet. That would come later. Soon after, Job was struck with painful sores from head to toe. He sat alone in ashes, scraping his skin with broken pottery. Even his wife, his closest companion, turned against him. She said in Job chapter 2 verse 9, "Do you still hold fast your integrity? Curse God and die." Imagine that moment. The person meant to comfort him instead encouraged him to give up on God and then life itself. Job refused. But the loneliness was only beginning. Job's 3 friends came to visit him. At first, they did the right thing. They sat with him in silence for 7 days. But when they opened their mouths, everything changed. They accused Job of secret sin. They blamed him for his suffering. They insisted God was punishing him. Instead of comfort, Job received judgment. This is why Job cried out in Job chapter 16 verse 2, "I have heard many such things. Miserable comforters are you all." Job was surrounded by people, yet utterly alone. Perhaps the most painful part of Job's story. God said nothing. No explanation, no comfort, no answers. Job searched desperately for God's voice. Job chapter 23 verses 8 to 9. "Behold, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward, but I do not perceive him. On the left hand when he is working, I cannot behold him. He turns to the right hand, but I do not see him." This is true loneliness, not just being abandoned by people, but feeling abandoned by God. Job did not hide his pain. He cried, he questioned, he lamented his existence. Job chapter 3 verse 11. "Why did I not die at birth, come out from the womb and expire?" Yet even in his despair, Job never cursed God. Instead, he clung to hope. One of the most powerful declarations in the Bible comes from Job himself. Job chapter 19 verse 25. "For I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the last he will stand upon the earth." Lonely, broken, confused, and still believing. When God finally answered Job, it wasn't with explanations, it was with revelation. God reminded Job of his power, wisdom, and sovereignty. Job realized something crucial. God had never left. God was present even in the silence. Job responded in humility. Job chapter 42 verse 5. "I had heard of you by the hearing of the ear, but now my eye sees you." In the end, God restored Job. He gave him new children, greater wealth, a longer life. But more importantly, Job gained deeper faith. His loneliness was not meaningless. His suffering was not wasted. If you feel alone, if you feel unheard, if God feels silent right now, you are not abandoned. Job's story teaches us that silence does not mean absence. Pain does not mean punishment. Loneliness does not mean God is left. Sometimes faith is forged in isolation, and sometimes the loneliest season becomes the holiest one. Psalm 34 verse 18. "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit." You are not alone, and your story is not over.